What up, my people? Poet K2 over here, aka the only brown South Sudanese in Kenya so far. And if you doubt that, you know you're an enemy. So we're on episode 1 of Talk with Auntie Kago. Yep, it's gonna be lit. Can't wait.
Yeah,
What are we having?
I'm looking forward to the conversation. Nice to meet you again.
Thanks.
Been a while since we sat down and
Thank
spoke.
you for having me. When was the last time we did something?
Around 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
That is at the National Theatre.
Yes, exactly.
You used to be a YouTuber back then.
Yes.
What happened?
Life.
What happened to life?
Another story for another day.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, and thank you
Something
for coming
very good.
over.
I'm loving the setup.
Yeah. Amazing.
Our
thank
director
you.
behind there.
Oh.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Shout out to Fainty. That's my nickname for her.
Okay.
So today we're gonna talk about a very important topic.
Okay.
To our people, things are happening behind the scenes. We are not seeing
A
it.
lot.
Life is not lifing behind
Yes.
the scenes, and cameras are lying to us.
True.
So we will really want to understand what is happening to South Sudanese youths. Things are happening that are killing each other, drugs, abuse, alcohol,
telling you.
misuse,
Uh,
fights everywhere. It's just chaos everywhere.
I'm telling you. And the funny part is that we're just into the first month of the year.
Exactly.
And then all of this is happening. To me, I think like January looks as if it has 69 days right now.
For South Sudanese youths.
Yes, I don't know what's really happening.
It's tough. So recently there have been deaths going on in the Kakuma refugee camp.
Yes.
Which was a safe place for the refugees.
So
But in the
unfortunate.
past few years, it has turned into hell for them, especially for the young men in the Kakuma refugee camp.
Yeah.
So we understand that you are a refugee advocate, a proud one.
Yes.
So can you tell us about your work before we head there?
Yeah, so apart from, let me first of all introduce myself. Apart from being the only brown South Sudanese, basically that's an irony that I used most of the
right?
time. Because growing up as a young kid, I used to be bullied mostly about my dark melanin skin.
Okay.
So when I came up with that thing, I was like, let me use that irony. So when someone's here that I'm the only brown, he's like, but you're dark. I'm like, basically that's it.
So it became your slogan.
Yeah, it became my slogan basically. So I'm a poet by profession. I'm also a journalist in the making. Inspired by Auntie over here.
Oh, thank you.
And also I'm a refugee rights advocate. I recently won an award for AfriGlow Men's Choice Award that was being done here in Nairobi. It's an African award that is done here. So advocate for refugee rights. Me being a refugee myself because I was born in Kakuma. So basically my name K2 means Kenya Kakuma because I was born in Kenya in Kakuma basically.
Okay.
So that's where my name comes from. So most of the time I advocate mostly for the voiceless back in the camp because you'll find that, and I don't only do it for South Sudanese. I'll have been biased if I do that.
So
yeah?
generally
because in the refugee camp we have the Somali refugees, Burundi, Congo. The list continues. Yeah. So I advocate mostly because most of them don't have the voice of talking about things that they're going through back in the community. And so if I found myself in that line, it's been 7 years right now, and more is to come.
You've been doing an amazing work with your poems, yeah?
Thank you.
The way you narrate the stories,
Yeah.
the feeling with it, the tune, it's so amazing.
Thank you.
You're one of the poets that we are so acquainted with online.
Asante sana.
So we kick into the topic of today.
Yeah.
Our youths are killing each other in the Kakuma refugee camp.
So unfortunate.
And it's so concerning.
Yeah.
So maybe we get into the topic and get to know some of the reasons as to why this is happening, where we are going wrong, how we can help, because it's a long road and it needs to be polished.
Yes.
So as we go into that, the first thing that we need to know is what is happening. What do you think is happening?
I think for those of you guys that left Kakuma, that lived in Kakuma back in the early 2000s, Kakuma was a very safe place for asylum seekers, refugees from different countries that were coming in through the border of South Sudan, through the border of other countries that have surrounded Kenya, that is. But I think after 2015, a lot has changed. I don't know if it's the
Mostly in 2018, I would
20.
say.
It became worse now in 2018.
Yeah.
So you'll find that the number of refugees that are coming into
It's
the
increasing.
into the camp on an annual basis, it's increasing, and you'll find that the resources that are supposed to cater for them are not that enough. So that leads to most of them not going to school. That is now the youth. So when they don't go to school, they are very idle at home. When when they're very idle at home, they get into these group activities. They form gangs. They start doing drugs. Then now when they get into drugs, no, there are different ways that these people do their thing. You find that the people, whenever they use drug, they still have self-control. But there are those that when they use them,
It takes control.
yeah, it takes control of them. Yeah. So you'll find that lately there've been a lot of gangs and drug used in Kakuma. So that has led to these deaths or that are happening. Like recently, the death of the young. In the last 4 months, I think we've
lost people.
We've lost people.
Yeah, and
so I think this is what's leading to some of these
yeah,
things.
and we are going to acknowledge the people that we have lost.
Yes.
We have JJ.
Yes.
We lost JJ last year.
Yes.
We also lost Boltano, right?
Yes.
And we are recently in this month
the young
we
boy.
lost JC.
And now about JC, I don't know, is it coincidentally or is it because 2 months before he was killed,
Okay.
this young boy recorded a song.
Yeah.
A song talking about life in Kakuma, how it is, talking about love life, difficulty, some of. Then unfortunately, the same Kakuma that he's talking about, that's
Took
where
his
took his life.
Yeah.
So,
Ejin kunga, tol madunga, tane bene rotsa kudwele ya buna, tane bene balanda loy kurita kuma, take bay, panti Dubai, kuna kuitka kulo ike yindu pir Dubai, emkai, pale rotinda, bene dai, mida pele ke kor kudwel chiklo dai, kuna tika manden kalwele anadai, chene rianga bay, bad boy, chene rianga bay, life in K-Town, pire kakuma, life in K-Town, pire kakuma, nangita wanengitiet, nyakero toyo labitiet, but she don't know Mary Growth, so papa weten kebi.
so it's very unfortunate that it went that way.
The song is amazing. You spoke of gangs, yeah?
Yes.
And I remember as a South Sudanese, there is a way that we are raised.
Yes.
And back then, they used to be like, Achiranchi one more.
Yes.
Like, no one is your brother.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, walk with your brother, walk with your cousin. They're your safety zone. So now I call it umbrella.
Yeah.
So that umbrella is what is supposed to protect these young men.
Yes.
So how is it from protection to harm? What is happening under the umbrella that they're shielding?
I think it's no longer about these gangs are no longer about family. Trust me, it's more of friends coming together to this is how Kakuma is. If I may break down Kakuma for those that don't know Kakuma, how we live. So there's Kakuma, that is the town. Where we live with the host community, that is the Turkana community, and then now there is the camp. So within the camp, we have what we call zones.
Man,
Within the zones,
that was a bad idea.
within the zones,
Yeah.
we have what we call blocks.
Yes.
Within the blocks, we have what we call groups.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you'll find that
One tribe.
people from a certain community or from a certain tribe are in a certain zone.
Yes.
Like let's say now there's a place called Somali in Kakuma. That basically means there are a lot of Somali communities based there.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopians are there. You'll find that Hong Kong is Hong Kong is a bit diverse.
Yes.
There's a place we call Dubai. And then there's Kalbay is somehow now the newest camp.
Came up the other day.
It's the newest
Settlement.
So you'll find that a lot of young men are forming gangs in these different groups or different zones, and then everybody's trying to be the most superior one than these other ones. So it leads some of them
the
leads,
mafias.
it leads to them fighting to see who's more superior, who's more talked about. So that's how it leads to. So it's more friendship, trying to make them look more superior than the other ones. So the other ones won't accept. So that's how they end up fighting, and they end up killing each other. Like what happened. So the two incidents, Boltano was killed through a gang stuff. They were fighting. That happened. JC was also, from what I'm hearing, he was beaten up using a bottle on his head, so he had that internal bleeding. You see,
like the bottle for alcohol.
yeah, yes. So that's
okay.
so basically that's what's leading to that. So it's more of peer pressure that's leading to that, and usage of drugs basically. And the bad part is that mostly our leaders, or let's say the community people that are supposed to be protecting or to be guiding these children, are not saying anything, and they are the ones even hiding the culprits that are doing this stuff.
Okay, before we go into our community leaders and their hands in all this, there's something I need to understand.
Yes.
Community leaders are responsible for the discipline of youths.
Yes.
That is, we are in a community. That means raising and responsibility of a child belong to the entire community.
Yes. Yeah.
So how is it now? Our leaders do not want to associate with the youths. And the leaders that we have, are they the same age group with the youths, or they far more elder than the youths? That is what we need to understand.
I think a lot of elders that used to discipline when we were growing up, when we were kids, even at the age of 14 or 17, you could not go to the river.
Yes.
Right now, as we speak, young boys at the age of 11, 10 are forming gangs. So that means basically there's been a change of elders that are within the. Some of them have gone back. Some of them have gone back home. The current ones that we have right now, some of them, maybe I can say, wamechoka. They're tired of solving cases every now and then. So they've given up. They say in Swahili, funzwa na mamaye ufunzwa na ulimwengu, right? So I think they're somehow they've washed their hand. They don't want anything to do with this. And now you ask yourself, so the elders don't want anything to do with this, yet the kids are still being in discipline, and now it has now led to these deaths that are happening. Who will come in between? Who will save them? Because the authorities themselves, let's say now the police, most of them don't know what's happening within the community because they're not always inside the camp that much. So the question is, if these leaders are just sitting back and they don't want to discipline these kids,
then how do we hold them accountable?
How do we hold them accountable? What will happen next? Does it mean that now, every now death happens, we'll just be talking about it, we'll just be coming here, sitting down, talking about it, and then it happens again? So something needs to be done. There needs to be ways, like the way we used to be disciplined back. That even someone who's 28 years old, you will be beaten up. Your wife is somehow watching, then you're being caned as a man because you've misbehaved. But right now, the current community leaders that we have, my friend, you guys have failed us totally.
And talking of the police, the community leaders, and the UN leaders, I understand that there has been a curfew in the Kakuma refugee camp.
Okay.
So that means from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. no one is supposed to be outside. But still they are killing each other.
Yes.
So what time do they have to kill each other if the curfew is 6 to 6? Oftentimes you hear someone was killed at 9, at 8.
You know, you remember even when we
and the police are always around, by the way.
You remember even when we had COVID, right? Here in the city, Nairobi, people used to still go outside. Now imagine the camp where, you know, there's no light. The electricity isn't that much. So where will the police get them when they're passing around those places that don't have? So these boys are always outside, be it it's 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Some of them are also hustling. You'll find that some of them are border riders. So they're always outside most of the time. So they do these things mostly inside the camp. Inside the camp.
So now, and when they're attacking as a group, we don't know who stabbed.
Yes.
We don't know who hit. We don't know who
until someone snitches. That is.
And do they snitch?
They do, but the thing is, these guys get caught. From what I'm hearing, you guys will have to go and verify this. From what I'm hearing, you'll find that some people have been caught that did this. They're brought to book, but somehow their people go behind the scene and they bail them out.
I've also heard that.
Yes, and I don't know how where we're leading to that, because this will lead to more death.
Because
This
they
will-
know.
yes.
Nitaingia
Na
ndani
nini
nitatolewa.
itafanyika? Some of them are running back home. Then the people know themselves that you've done this, na bado tu watatoroka, and nothing is being done.
And do you think the government of South Sudan is noticing this?
You know, once you're within the camp, your government is not
It's not in
responsible.
charge. Yeah.
So the only two bodies that are responsible, that is now the United Nations and the Kenyan government.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are responsible. These are the people that we should be asking. This what are the things that you guys are gonna do for us to avoid these things that are happening within the camp? These are the people to ask. Why is this still happening? Where are the culprits that did this, and what are some of the accountabilities that are supposed to be done? So yes, our government can somehow come in. That's why we have an embassy here, right? That's why we have an embassy in South Sudan. But I think discussions have been made. And hopefully something comes out of it.
Hopefully it does.
Yeah.
Because it's becoming bad.
It's getting out of
And
hand.
then again, there's something I need to understand here. We always say that we are children of war. I need to understand the complexity of children of war, because you explained to me you were born in a refugee Kakuma camp. And then later on, when you start misbehaving, you start saying, I'm a child of war. You are not a child of war. The child of war is our parents. Our parents are what I believe to be children
Yes.
of war, because they experience it.
Yes.
So you come here, you're raised here, you are born here, and then again, you're like, the war in my country is affecting my mental being. How
Yes.
is it affecting you? And you have never even stepped foot in the country.
Yes, you know now that one. There are many notions around refugees, and one of the notions is where people assume that we are aggressive because of where we come from. We come from a war-torn country. So now, when they continue doing these stuffs, it's somehow feeding.
Enabling.
Yeah, it's somehow feeding whoever that thinks. Yes, Wasudi ni warui. Wasudi are very like the hot-tempered people.
Yeah, it's so
and
well
they do
known.
this. And then you'll find that you as a just like you've said, our parents are the ones that came into the camp. Some of us becoming among the first generation of refugees to be born in the camp. Yes, so we didn't experience that, but we've grown up being told what they went through, and the place that they brought us into so that we can somehow have a life is now the safe place. So you end up now as the child, you end up now becoming you become now the victim of what you were being told as a child. So to me sometimes it doesn't.
background.
Yeah, to me sometimes I think it does not make sense of how this thing leads to what we are currently even talking about.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be excuses of
Exactly.
that because I come from a war-torn country, I've been affected. No, you haven't lived.
You haven't
the
lived, you
experience.
haven't experienced
Yes.
it, so how do you know?
So that shouldn't be
Yeah.
an excuse, Kabisa. So those you guys are making up excuses that don't
So,
make sense.
so we say in a South Sudanese, in a normal South Sudanese household, we will say that there is a problem in the boy-child upbringing. And it's a problem that we need to fix. We need to look into it and fix.
Yes.
Because there is no way you will tell me we are raised in the same household, but oftentimes girls come out well, but boys are having issues. So if girls are coming out well, it means that there is a problem in how boys are being raised. Or
I think it's not only just the South Sudanese household. It's a global thing. You see, the way the boy child is raised, you find that the boy child is raised in a way that no matter there's somehow that silence feeds your ego of being more of a man. So no matter what you go through, you don't talk about it. You keep it within inside. And then now when something triggers it, and you let it out, it comes out in form of anger. It comes out in form of you hurting the other ones. Now.
So there's fear of expression.
Yes.
And now it's the outcome is.
Yes, and it's something that we should. I think mental health awareness should really be a thing. And these are mostly topics, or let's say things that people don't mostly talk about.
Boys don't cry, boys don't talk, boys don't nag, boys don't do that.
You should do these. If you do this, if you talk, you'll be seen as a weak person. If you don't express yourself in a way that is masculine enough, you'll be seen you're not man enough.
So we are misleading boys in how we
are sometimes even me, let me just put this out. I've been a victim of suicidal thoughts, right? I wrote a poem back in the days called Suicidal Thought, and it's my personal experience. When I lost my mom in 2011, when we went back to South Sudan, we had just had independence. It was supposed to be a happy moment, this and that. Then all of a sudden, I lost my mom. I lost my mom to cancer. So when we came back into the camp, like a lot was happening mentally. I went through a lot of stuff because I'm
your
from
uncle.
Yes. So I almost committed suicide. And what saved me is a friend of mine who's I think he's watching this somewhere right now, who told me that it's okay not to be okay sometimes. So speak out. So I started expressing myself in my poetic way, and somehow it has now helped me to also even heal other people that are going through this same situation that I went through. So it's okay to speak.
Yeah.
Please don't
run to crime.
Don't run to crime. Don't run to
crime. Shouldn't be your first option.
Yes.
Suicide shouldn't be your first option.
Yes.
You always need to know that you are being heard, you are being seen, and people are following.
And when you do that, you're leaving trauma to people that you've left, thinking that you've settled something.
There has also been, between 2024 and 2025, there has also been cases of suicide among the South Sudanese in Australia, South Sudan, and
recently here. Yes.
So there's a lot of suicide going on with the boy child.
Yes.
And it's concerning, like it's so alarming. And the thing with the community, people they don't want to talk, they don't want to discuss anything. It's like there's a benefit, like men don't talk, the macho energy. But now what they don't know is that they are killing their future.
Yes.
Because if boys keep being raised like this, one way or the other, they will burn. The flames will be everywhere.
Yes.
And now we need to look for ways to calm everything down.
Yes.
And since we are coming to that, what do you think can be done for these boys? What do you think they need? Not what they want. What do you think they need?
I think
for them to turn out better.
It's gonna take time for this to be achieved. But as they say, a journey of 1,000 miles starts somewhere. So one, I think they should be, as we had talked about right now recently, like mental health awareness should be created so much, because a lot of these boys are going through some personal stuff from their families. We South Sudanese mostly find that we're from polygamous families, so we find that this is not right with this person, this is not right with the other person. So there should be awareness of, once you go through this, how do you handle this? Also, the men that are in their life, that is now the father figures. So because you'll find that a lot of them are lacking the father figure. So you'll find that most of them have not been told how to have self-control, how to handle things without anger and all of that. You should not be violent enough for you to be considered as a man.
How to be a man without being violent.
Not that when your sister says this, you've already slapped her. When someone talks down on you, you choose violence over let's say a dialogue.
Control is not power.
So these are some of the things that also, if possible, like drugs are taking over these young boys, and I think it's because of them being idle. So if there are initiatives that they can
how are they idle if there are so many schools in Kakuma? Last time I was in Kakuma, school was so many, and they're usually so
now
full.
Trust me, let me give you an example. There's a school called Kakuma Secondary. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one.
Let me give you an example of how this school works. The school is so populated to an extent that there are two sessions of the daily learning. So what happens is the people that come in at 6 a.m. By 12 afternoon, the entire school is emptied. And then another group of people come in because they're so populated. And then you'll find that these learning environment are not even that good. So people are not getting it. So some end up dropping out. Yes, some end up dropping out. And also then there are no jobs. There are no jobs in Kakuma unless if you employ yourself. And how do you employ yourself? It's either by going to work with some other people that are within town, or you create something within the community, like let's say maybe places where people watch television, football, all of that, or maybe you create your own generator business because there's no power. You see, and not a lot of people don't have these ideas, so they sought to get into the drug now, so they become idle. And the other thing is, some of us don't want to accept this, but I know I'll get into trouble by saying this with some of our community people, but let me just say it. We as the community, I know some of us grew up with this, but here's the thing. Most of you guys are putting these boys into the comfort zone of keeping them in your houses. The aunties, the uncles. You guys are somewhere
the
abroad.
Sisters, the brothers.
Yeah, the sisters, the brothers. Your brother is heading towards 35. He's inside your house. He's comfortable because he knows every end of the month there's something that will come in.
Now he brings a wife and a kid.
Yeah, they'll come inside there. So he does not want to get outside there to look for something because at the end of the day
I'll be provided for.
Yeah, and now the young ones are now picking up on that, and it's now becoming a generational thing. When do we get rid of that?
It's becoming a culture. I know it's annoying.
You guys will hate me for that, but
Yeah.
No, we should get rid of that.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, and the thing that is most annoying with these gentlemen is that you are being fed, you are being clothed, you are being sheltered, and then you bring in a wife and a kid. For who to come feed?
Not one.
Like your
not
sister,
one,
your
but
uncle, your auntie, whosoever is taking care of you has a family to feed. Now, let us hold also the community accountable.
Yes.
Your sister, your brother, why are they not saying anything? Why are they not saying, hey man, Kai, okay, this has happened, but I'm not in a position to do what? To take care of you and your family.
No, there's what we call in our Dinga language, there's what we call kwata kumko.
Kwata kumko.
Like they embarrass, like how people will view our sub clan outside, our reputation of our sub clan outside there. Now, until when?
Yeah, we're going to condone that.
Because now let's God forbid, but whoever that is providing for you, if something happens to him or her,
where do you go?
Where do you go now?
With your wives and kids.
Yes.
Some also have 3 to 4 wives, and they cannot even provide for them. Their brothers and sisters are shame. There's no shame. There is no shame in South Sudan whatsoever.
They've started calling us. We won't stop talking about it. So if you're calling, please put your calls aside. I know you guys are watching, but we're not stopping about that.
Yeah, we're gonna keep talking about this one. We're gonna make it so known that we need to hold our boys accountable.
Yes.
We need to hold them accountable for their actions, for their words, for their life.
Yes.
So tukiwadekeza, if we spoil them too much, they say spoil
the child.
Spoil the road, spoil the rat, spare the child.
Yes. Is it the rat? Hey, Mungu Baba. Wait, let's put it this way.
Spare the road.
Meja anasemanga je? Spare the road and spoil the child.
Spoil the child. Yes, spare the road.
Yeah.
Kiingereza imepotea.
Imepotea kidogo. It's not my mother tongue.
Yeah, I'm Dinka. Imerudi. It's back. It's back. Yeah. So let's stop sweeping the floor for these boys.
Yes.
Let them sweep it for themselves.
Yes.
Because it's for the betterment of themselves.
Yes. And
for
the future.
Skater?
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on
I really appreciate, man. And what you're doing here is very good.
Thank you.
I hope I'll be here in episode 200 and something. And maybe by then I'll bring my crew. Maybe I'll bring my family, and maybe we'll speak more about things.
Mashallah, there's a lot of things we need to talk about, especially to you, as I know you in a kind of personal, not personal way. So there's a lot I feel about you that we need to discover. We need to
watch out for more episodes.
A lot. So with time, pole to one topic after the other, we'll call you in, and we have a perspective.
I'm always a phone call away.
For a South Sudanese here in Kenya,
hit me up.
Man, you're doing amazing.
Asante sana. I'm really humble.
So what is your last words to the fans, to the audience, to me, to my crew, to everyone? What is your last?
First of all, director, kazi nzuri hapo.
Mashallah.
Zoom me in. I know I'm too dark to be seen. I have to smile a bit. But nice work, nice setup, man. This is a very good beginning, and hopefully we come back for more episodes, and hopefully I get to see more public figures, more people that can speak about things that we're going through in the community. There's nothing much that I'll just say. More is to come in the next episode, so just watch out for that. If you want to hear more from me, from Auntie over here, watch out for the next episode. And for my team, I am very grateful for everything that you guys do for me. You all are amazing. You're so amazing. And as always subscribe, always like, always follow, leave a comment, and you let us know things that are interested to you and you would want us to talk about. For now, we say what? Na tumeenda.
Bye-bye.